Oh, hey guys, this is Chandler, and I've got my friend Stella here. We were going to go live today. Wanted to talk about a blog I did, and she wanted to hang out with me. So if you don't know golden retrievers, they literally want to sit in your lap, but they're like 80-pound dogs. Oh, there's Steph. So I wanted to make a video. I talked today a little bit about leadership and being a mentor and all that good info, but what I think we don't talk about as much is the planning stages of being a leader and understanding the different phases and pathways and pipelines we have to maintain if we want a plan to actually go through, and if we want that plan to be something we can actually execute on. Because, Steph, what are my pillars of great content?
Motivate, educate, and make people laugh.
Yeah, and so if we want those to work, and then we want that to build into the actual 10 laws of marketing that I follow, number one is you actually have to execute, and number two is consistency. If we want an executable and a consistent plan, we have to develop our plan in phases. And so today we had a coaches meeting where we put out a bunch of ideas, and then we put out what we were going to do, and then we kind of planned out what the rest of the year was going to look like and what the basic outline of it was, what could go wrong, pricing strategies, all of that. And while we were doing that, what I call that's like phase one. So that's like the discovery phase. So we're trying to figure out what we're going to do. We're trying to map it out. We're trying to plan what we're going to do. And then we're going to develop the plan of action next behind what we're going to do. And so once we finish the discovery phase, we're going to go into the actual kind of planning phase. And the planning phase is when now we know what we're doing. We have the idea of what we're doing. And now we're going to build a skeleton and the structure behind what we're doing. So when we do this is when we say, okay, we know this is what our plan looks like. This is what the map of our plan looks like. This is what we hope to accomplish. Our pricing strategies are set up and organized. And now what we need to do is we need to build a skeleton. We need to build the structure behind what we're doing. So that way, this builds us into the next phase, which is our executing phase. And for the executing phase, this is when we're actually doing it. This is when we're actually going to actually make it happen. This is when we're getting up to the times that we're actually going to make things go. This is when the event actually happens. This is when we're literally doing it. So now you've discovered what you're going to do, you've planned what you're doing, and then you're going to execute on what you're doing in the executing phase. And so once you hit the executing phase, you're at a point to where you have the planning done, the discovery's done, and now you're doing it. And this is one of the most critical phases because this is when everything comes together. All of your hopes, all of your dreams, everything that you've kind of put together with your whole team, everybody's excited, they're pumped, and then you do it. And that's the execution phase of planning, so phase three. And then so it doesn't stop here. This is a big problem a lot of people have is phase three isn't the last phase. It's not the phase where you're done. Phase four is. And so what the last phase is, it's the post-execution phase. And so what this phase is it's where we need to look at what our discovery, what our planning, and what our execution looked like. We need to analyze how it went. We need to analyze who attended. We need to analyze our pricing strategy. We need to analyze what our buildup looked like. And then we need to make critical ideas that can make the next time we do this better. And we can organize what we're doing into something better for the next time. And so if we don't include this post-discovery phase in our planning, what happens is we never get better because we don't understand what we could have done better. And in this phase, this is when we're sending out surveys to people who may have liked what we do. We send surveys to people who complain. We send surveys to everybody. We ask questions. We really try to develop an understanding of what we did, how it went, what the consensus was about it, and that helps us develop a plan to fix it for next time, which leads us right back into our initial discovery phase. So now discovery is, what did we do? What could we have done better? What happened last time that we did really well? What was the feedback? Okay, let's put this in our discovery. That moves into your planning phase. Now you're capable of planning at a much higher level because you've done this before. Then you execute again based off those two. Then you do a post-strategy phase. And so if you follow these four phases of planning, maybe I'll call these the four laws of planning. What do you think, Steph?
What? I wasn't listening.
Oh, she never listens to me. But if you follow these four strategies, it allows you to have a good pathway and it allows you to have a good plan of action developed throughout the whole phase of whatever the life cycle is that you're planning. So remember, number one, discovery phase. What are you doing? Why are you doing it? How are you going to accomplish it? What could go wrong? Number two, planning phase. Design the structure, understand the structure, build it, and have it ready to go. Number three is the actual execution phase. So now do it, make it happen. Number four is the post-execution phase. So now, what happened? What could we have done better? What went wrong? And what was the feedback? Thanks for watching, guys. If you have questions, post them in the comments. I think when I do this, I'm supposed to point downward so you know the comments are down there. So post in there in the little box. Right, Steph?
Right.
Okay, thanks for watching.